Good day, everyone. I am Trisha Mae Latina, and together with me are my groupmates, Carlos Jacildo, Raymund, Jardin, Gemma, Jeung, and Yna Lanzar. We are the Group 3A from BSN 3E, and we're presenting to you a research study entitled School Away from Home Lived Experience of Nursing Students and Clinical Skills with Blended Learning. For our introduction, exposure to clinical learning practice, sudden shift in the education approach imposed a challenge on nursing education. Distance education included barriers. Students who have to travel a long distance to school may hinder the learning process.
For the objectives, the study aims to explore the lived experience of nursing students living outside Bacolod City and blended learning of clinical skills.
For the significance of the study may be significant to the following stakeholders: university administrators, nursing educators, nursing students, parents, and future researchers.
For the theoretical framework, this study uses Roy's adaptation model of nursing, which categorizes concepts into person, health, environment, and nursing. According to the model, individuals interact with their changing surroundings and utilizes intrinsic and thought processes to adapt. People cope with the dynamic daily environment using coping strategies rooted in biology, psychology, and social factors. The study focuses on how nursing students adapt to learning clinical skills in a blended learning environment, particularly those outside the Bacolod City. It also examines environmental factors affecting their learning experience.
This study is also supported by Boris Frederick Skinner's behavior theory, that human behavior is governed by laws and influenced by factors in the environment as opposed to an individual. In relation to this theory, this will explain why the nursing students learning clinical skills in a blended learning environment who are living outside Bacolod City are being affected by their daily experiences. According to the theory, the operant's behavior is conditioned when a rewarding stimulus follows it, causing the activity to be repeated under the same condition. When a punishment stimulus follows, the behavior is stopped.
And for our conceptual framework, the diagram will be Sister Callister Roy's theory model that is used as the framework of the study. The profile of the participants, year level of the student nurses were grouped according to their sex, age, and year level as variables due to their identification from the theory of lived experience learning clinical skills in a blended learning environment among nursing students living outside Bacolod City, traveling short to long distances to school every other week depending on their clinical skills, laboratory, and lecture.
The research design used in the study is qualitative research design. It is defined as comprehending social interactions through the analysis of particular groups or regions. It aims to derive relevance from non-numeric information.
For the participants will be 6 nursing students of the local university in Bacolod City, Negros Occidental. Individuals for this study will be drawn from the 3rd year level at the College of Nursing. A proposed sampling method will be used in selecting the 6 participants based on the criteria and quantities established by the researchers. The participants will be pseudonamed after characters of Spider-Man.
The research instrument that will be used is a semi-structured interview guide. Part 1 consists of the demographic profile that includes the age and sex of the participant, the year section, and the geographical characteristics of the students. And then part 2 is the lived experience of nursing students and clinical skills with blended learning who are residing outside Bacolod City.
Data gathering procedure. The study used purposive sampling to select participants, then contacted with their preferred mode of contact and provided with a letter. The interview was conducted with a mix of face-to-face and the Zoom platform. Additionally, it was conducted using an informal interview method to encourage participants to freely express themselves.
For further data analysis, Creswell's method will be utilized that identifies 6 essential steps, which are vital in the evaluation and successful interpretation of the published research findings, followed in the process of qualitative data analysis.
For the ethical considerations, the study will follow ethical standards outlined in the National Ethical Guidelines for Health and Health-Related Research, or Republic Act No. 101/73. Consent will be obtained from participants through a letter ensuring freedom to refuse or participate. Personal data will be kept private to prevent harm. Researchers must uphold informed consent, confidentiality, privacy, beneficence, justice, and integrity. Data will be gathered through a recorded Zoom interview respecting the principle of beneficence. Recording will be coded for privacy and participants can ask questions. The interview will be stored online for 2 years before erased if no longer needed.
First, we have the socio-demographic profile of nursing students. This study focused on the experiences of 6 nursing students enrolled in a blended learning setup in Negros Occidental province. The majority of participants were female with an age range of 21 to 22 years old. The study found that the nursing students faced several challenges when studying in a blended learning setup, including time management difficulties, exhaustion due to travel, and adjusting to online classes. The experiences of the participants were influenced by their personal characteristics, such as learning style preferences, geographical location, and commuting time. Now we will be introducing our individual participants. The first participant, pseudonymously identified as May, 21-year-old nursing student who resides in Silay City. The second participant, pseudonymously identified as Peter, is a 21-year-old nursing student from Baguio City. The third participant, pseudonymously identified as MJ, is a 22-year-old female nursing student from Talisay City. The fourth participant, pseudonymously identified as Happy, is a 21-year-old nursing student from Silay City. The fifth participant, pseudonymously identified as Ned, is a 22-year-old nursing student who resides in Victoria City. The sixth and last participant, pseudonymously identified as Ben, a 21-year-old nursing student who resides in Pulupandan City.
Theme 1, Introduction. The first theme of this research is challenges in learning clinical skills through online or blended learning. These themes aim to highlight the obstacles that nursing students face when learning clinical skills through online or blended learning. The two sub-themes identified under these categories are the 1A, or lack of hands-on experience, and 1B, the importance of face-to-face interaction. For sub-theme 1A, the lack of hands-on experience in online or blended learning for clinical skill poses a challenge for students. Clinical experience play a crucial role in building confidence and performing physical assessment accurately. Inadequate knowledge, limited opportunities for hands-on experience, lack of confidence, and fear of mistakes are barriers to performing physical assessments. For sub-theme 1B, lack of face-to-face interaction, online or blended learning also lacks face-to-face interaction, which hinders peer learning. Cognitive and affective social presence, important aspect of social presence theory, are reduced in online settings. This reduction in social presence negatively affects student engagement, perception of active participation, motivation, and connection.
Second theme identified is the impact of time, distance, and location.
Another significant challenge of online or blended learning is the struggle and challenges of transportation and commuting. That students with increased commute times also seem to lose sleep more frequently than those with shorter commute times.
The last one is the impact of time management on academic performance. Students face difficulties in time management because they had to be ready early since they had to commute to school from home.
The last identified theme is the challenges and difficulties in adjusting to online or blended learning. The theme identifies the challenges and difficulties that nursing students face when adjusting to online or blended learning. The study found that there were two sub-themes related to this, which is participants' perspective on traditional and online learning methods. This also notes that the blended learning is a relatively new concept in the Philippines, and there are issues and difficulties that needs to be addressed to ensure effective instruction and learning provision.
Students held more positive perceptions about the instructor in the whole course in the face-to-face compared to the online model. They highlight as quality characteristics of each model.
For our last sub-theme, 3B, the perspective of students is important to gain insights into their experiences and expectations of online education, especially with the advancement of technology and the resurgence of active learning. Participants expressed that face-to-face instruction provides better guidance, especially for procedures like return demonstration.
The study has shed light on the challenges and difficulties faced by nursing students when learning clinical skills through online or blended learning. The study suggests that nursing education programs should recognize and address these challenges to ensure that students receive the necessary training and preparation to become competent healthcare professionals.
Recommendation. This study emphasizes the importance of considering nursing students' opinion when developing and implementing blended learning approaches in nursing education. It recommends that the nursing departments continuously develop and improve these methods to address students' concerns and needs. Nursing education programs can take the lead in implementing the recommendations, while educators can promote social presence and incorporate technology effectively. Nursing students can also take the responsibility for managing their time better and seeking out opportunities for clinical experience. Professional nursing organizations, government agencies, healthcare employers, technology providers, and parents can provide support and resources to ensure equitable access to technology and training. Future researchers can conduct further studies to explore the effectiveness of the recommendations and identify additional strategies for addressing the challenges faced by nursing students.
Next is utilization. Study results were relayed to the College of Nursing Dean, Academic Coordinator, Clinical Coordinator. A copy was endorsed to the College of Nursing Office, Local University Administration Office of Student Affairs, and Guidance and Evaluation Center as a basis for blended learning policy implementation and evaluation. The data will also be made available for other institutions in improving learning policies, programs, and services that will enhance the students' learning skills.
The researchers would like to thank the following individuals for making all of this possible: First, we have God for always guiding us, Miss Rica Flores for guiding us throughout our journey, researcher parents for the support, and of course, to our panelists. That was our study titled School Away from Home, Lived Experience of Nursing Students in Clinical Skills with Blended Learning from Group 3A of Section 3E. Thank you for listening.